Some more sparring from about a month ago. This is Max on the left, his first time fighting in armor. I start off in posted Idana, send in a thrust. He covers it well. We move on. And I use this pommel strike really to clear more than hit him in the head, just so I can get my point in underneath, sort of the what would be the ab and tail. In this case, mask. I was being gentle with that. And Max goes to Vera Croce, and he covers that well. He's just a little bit too much on the strong of my blade, which is why I defended well. He could have been a little bit more on top of it as well, but those things are somewhat related. And we fence on. I go into a bastard cross here and try to send in a thrust. Looking for some grappling. It doesn't happen. He backs out. I keep thrusting, move in for a grapple. So here he does have his point in my armpit, but as you saw, it was like an upward cut, and he has no really structure on it, and no like force, so it wasn't called.
Hold.
So that's something,
Fence.
push me, disrupt my structure, and in Porta di Ferro Mezzana, some fencing about, both of us in long grip, committing to that for the moment, and I clear his hands. Don't do too much with it though, and then we're both into half sorting. He has a point on my ab and tail for a second there, but he didn't really place a thrust.
Keep fencing.
So if that just kind of happens and it's just there, once again it's not really a point, it wasn't called. At least by our standards. He goes to Vera Croce, covers well. I go to Serpent, raised Serpent, and fake high but thrust low, which gets him in the thigh. Even if he had a male skirt, that probably would have counted. And here we go. I am in Posta di Donna again, testing out Dylan's... This is against Dylan, by the way. Testing out Dylan's defenses here. He covers, draws the dagger. He doesn't really have any structure on it, though, and it may have been against my helmet. I'm going for a Third Master throw, which turns into a disarm here, both from Third Master, though. And I drop his dagger and pull my own, and move into a grapple. So he puts his hands low to block the thrust, which opens up the back of his helmet for me to get some structure there. Always check on your partners. Second pass. Dylan is dangerous in Porta di Ferro Mezzana, so I am doing some posted changes and stuff here to try to see if I can get him out of it, or do something to close the distance, get his point moving and offline. He has a good dagger strike there. I think I had a point in his armpit first. Neither one was called, so we play on. And yeah, you can't just block my thrust with your hand, dude. Good try, though. Porta di Ferro Mezzana versus a couple things Dylan's doing there. He feinted a raised Serpent for a moment, and I send in a thrust. I was aiming at the palm, but didn't quite get it. I think that was a good no-call, even though it was against his... unprotected forearm, but still it wasn't really anything great. He uses the first play of Sword and Armor offensively there, which I liked. I think that was a really good use of it, actually. It just didn't quite work out. Using my pommel to get some structure, the sword flies out of his hand. That was maybe a good dagger strike. My arm was sort of in the way. It was kind of hard to tell. It wasn't called either way. I try for a cheeky cut to the leg, but it glances off his pull lane, and I move in for the thrust. He moves in with the dagger. He grabs my sword, I go for Fourth Master, and I go for this play kind of, but it didn't end up as a lock. It was more, so I'm turning to my right, and it's ending up more as a disarm rather than a lock. And I don't actually disarm him, but it does make him bring his dagger to his left hand, and he's not holding it in a useful way anymore. So that gives me a chance to draw my dagger. And I'm going a little bit easy here, but I know I kind of have the advantage, so... Good fight by Dylan. Some nice stuff in there. Good dagger work, too. Alright, myself versus Max again. Now I've taped up his mask. Another good cover there. He just needed to be a little bit more on top of my sword, and I think suppress my sword, and I think he would have had an opening. Some good defense and fencing about here by Max. He said he didn't really want to go down today, especially as it was his first time in armor. He is comfortable being thrown usually, but you know, I respect my partner's wishes there. I probably could have taken him down there when we were up against the barrier, and here as well I could almost certainly take him down, but I'm being a little bit careful and like hoping he just gets to a point where he sees that And I know I could take him down here, but I just don't. I think he was taking his hand off to tap, but I also tapped. I think he knows that I could have thrown him there. And here I am in Postidona again, and this is what I've been trying to get through a lot of this match. This is kind of my ideal action from long grip in armor, and I got it right to the shoulder. Last pass. Max is in shortened serpent. I'm in Porto di Ferro Mezzana. He goes to Vera Croce. Covers well again.
Good
He's
cover, yep.
using that cover well. We'll just have to work on turning it into good offense. And I go for this sword and armor play, which, exposes my armpit. And then, so he does place the point and push me back. Good job by Max. Hope you all enjoyed. Please click like, share, subscribe, share it around, be good to each other, and ciao.